Sex and the Law Explained. Consent, Rights and Legal Boundaries in India and US. In a world where sexual behavior intersects with cultural norms, human rights, and state control, sex and the law is more than just a legal topic. It's a deeply personal, societal, and ethical issue. From the age of consent to digital sex crimes, the law attempts to regulate intimate human behavior to prevent abuse, ensure consent, and protect the vulnerable. Whether you're a student, educator, legal professional, or just a curious reader, this blog aims to unpack the complexities surrounding sex-related laws in India, the US, and globally, with clarity, responsibility, and respect. 1. What is sex and the law? Filled right pointing small triangle definition and scope. Sex and the law refers to the legal regulations governing sexual behavior, including issues such as consent, sexual assault, digital sex crimes, age of consent, LGBTQ+ rights, and more. It also includes the legal rights of individuals in sexual relationships, reproductive autonomy, and the legal status of sex work. Filled right pointing small triangle. Why legal regulation exists. Sexuality, while deeply personal, becomes a matter of public interest when it involves minors or people who cannot legally consent. Power imbalances, coercion, or manipulation. Public decency. Laws, morality codes, or religious sentiments. Hence, governments use laws to protect personal rights and prevent exploitation. Filled right pointing small triangle. Global versus local context. While many principles, like the need for consent, are universal, how they're defined and enforced differs. In India, marital rape remains legal in many cases. In the US, laws vary by state. Globally, LGBTQ+ rights differ widely. Some countries recognize same-sex marriage, others criminalize it. 2. Consent. The cornerstone of sex laws. Filled right pointing small triangle. What legally counts as consent? Consent is more than just saying yes. Legally, valid consent must be freely given, no force, threats, pressure. Informed, clear understanding of the act. Enthusiastic, mutual willingness. Reversible, can be withdrawn at any time. Silence, intoxication, fear, or confusion do not equal consent. In many countries, courts now use modern standards that prioritize affirmative consent. Filled right pointing small triangle. Age of consent. India, US, and others. India, 18 years for all. Genders. US, varies by state, typically 16 to 18. UK, 16. Japan, raised from 13 to 16 in 2023. Even if two teenagers agree, if one is below the age of consent, it can be legally considered statutory rape. Filled right pointing small triangle. Marital consent and controversy. One of the most contested legal gaps globally is marital rape. In India, Section 375 of the IPC still permits sex without consent if the wife is over 18. In the US, marital rape is a crime in all 50 states, but enforcement varies. Activists and human rights bodies continue to demand reform in India. 3. Key sexual offenses and legal punishments. Filled right pointing small triangle. Rape, sexual assault and harassment. India, Sections 375 and 376, Indian Penal Code, define and penalize rape. US, federal and state laws cover rape, sexual assault, and harassment. Workplace harassment. India, Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Act, 2013. US, Title VII of the Civil Rights Act. Victims can file FIREs, first information. Reports, seek protective orders, and access legal aid. Filled right pointing small triangle child sexual abuse, POCSO, US equivalents, India. Protection of Children from Sexual Offenses, POCSO, Act, 2012. US. Various state and federal child protection laws. These laws ensure strict punishments, child-sensitive courtrooms, and mandatory reporting by schools, doctors, and institutions. Filled right-pointing small triangle digital sex crimes. With the rise of smartphones and social media, new threats have emerged. Revenge porn, sextortion, non-consensual sharing of intimate images, cyberstalking. Laws. India. Section 66E and 67 of the IT Act. US. Section 230. Controversial. Various state laws. Offenders may face imprisonment, fines, and bans from digital platforms. 4. LGBTQ+ rights and legal status. Filled right-pointing small triangle decriminalization of same-sex relationships. India. Section 377 was struck down in 2018, decriminalizing same-sex relations. US. Decriminalized nationwide after Lawrence v. Texas, 2003. Filled right-pointing small triangle legal recognition and marriage equality. India. No legal recognition yet for same-sex marriages, as of 2024. US. Legalized in 2015, Obergefell v. Hodges. Canada, UK. Spain. Recognized. Nigeria, Russia, UAE. Criminalized. Filled right-pointing small triangle discrimination laws. LGBTQ+ individuals often face housing, employment, and healthcare discrimination. India. Transgender Persons Act, 2019. U.S. Supreme Court ruling in Bostock v. Clayton County prohibits workplace discrimination. 5. Sex work and the law. Filled right-pointing small triangle legal status around the world. India. Selling sex is legal, but activities like brothel keeping, pimping, or soliciting are criminalized. U.S. Illegal in most states. Legal in some parts of Nevada. Germany, New Zealand, legal and regulated. Filled right-pointing small triangle rights of sex workers. Activists. Call for legal protections from abuse. Access to healthcare. Decriminalization for safety and dignity. India's Supreme Court, 2022, ruled that sex workers have equal protection under the law. 6. Reproductive and sexual rights. Filled right-pointing small triangle right to abortion and contraception. India. Medical Termination of Pregnancy, MTP, Act allows abortions up to 24 weeks under specific conditions. U.S. Roe v. Wade, 1973, legalized abortion, overturned in 2022. Dobbs v. Jackson, allowing states to ban it. More than 20 U.S. states have now restricted abortion access. Filled right-pointing small triangle forced sterilization and state control. In history. U.S. Early 1900s. Eugenics-based sterilization of disabled people. India. 1975-77 emergency, mass sterilizations. Modern laws ensure reproductive autonomy as a human right. 7. Sex education and legal implications. Filled right-pointing small triangle legal mandates for sex ed. U.S. mandated in most states. Varies by curriculum, abstinence only versus comprehensive. India, very limited, met with social resistance. Netherlands, Sweden, globally recognized for progressive sex education. Filled right-pointing small triangle misinformation and risk of legal trouble. Teens engaging in consensual sex may unwittingly break the law. Sexting between minors, even if consensual, can lead to criminal charges. Lack of education leads to coercion, confusion, and unsafe behavior. Bar graph quick legal comparison table. Issue India US Global. Age of consent 1816181318. Marital rape legal, over 18, illegal mixed. LGBTQ plus rights decriminalized legal varies. Abortion legal up to 24 weeks restricted varies. Sex work partially legal mostly. Illegal mixed. Frequently asked questions. Q1. Is sex before marriage illegal in India or the US? No. It's legal between consenting adults. However, societal attitudes differ. Q2. What if someone lies about their age? Even if you didn't know, it could still result in charges for statutory rape. Q3. Is sexting between teenagers illegal? Yes. In many countries, even consensual. Sharing of nudes among minors is criminalized. Q4. Can you be jailed for watching porn in India? A. Watching adult porn privately is not illegal, but sharing or producing it is. Q5. What protections exist for LGBTQ plus individuals in India? Decriminalization exists, but no legal marriage or inheritance rights yet. Transgender protections are in place. Conclusion. Why legal literacy on sex matters. Sexual rights are human rights. Understanding the laws around sex protects you, your partners, and your future. Ignorance isn't just risky, it can be dangerous. Whether you're navigating your rights, ensuring consent, or standing against abuse, knowing the law is your first defense. As the world evolves, so must our legal systems and our awareness of them. Stay informed. Stay respectful. Stay safe.